Hey guys, Matt here. I'm going to start a new video series today called Popping for Beginners. And basically what I want to do is just go through and watch popping videos as if I was speaking to someone who either likes popping and is interested in it, but doesn't have access to classes locally, like I did for a long time, or B, has just started taking popping classes and sort of you want to have a little more material to look at between classes, or you want to have things to ask your teacher about at your next class, yeah? Okay, cool. So for our second video here, we're going to take a look again at my favorite popper, Jaygee, and my second favorite popper, Eun G. Again, both from Korea. This is a Korean event, I assume. Eun G, she's one of the best female poppers in the world, and she's really interesting as well because there's sort of a bit of like an assumption for female poppers that they generally won't hit as hard just because men like usually focus more on muscles and like big aggressive styles. Eun G kind of bucks that trend by focusing on hitting as hard as possible, and I really like this comparison of her to Jaygee because Jaygee is he occasionally does rounds where he almost won't hit at all. He'll focus almost entirely on flowing, whereas Eun G focuses a lot on hitting. She has a lot of power moves. So if we just pay attention here, the way she dropped, went down to 90 degrees and came straight back up, that requires a lot of strength in your lower back and abs. I think her next round she goes harder in terms of hits and everything. But let's take another look back at Jaygee again. So if you watch, he hasn't hit yet. Still not really. He's kind of snapping to accentuate his movements, but he's not exactly hitting the way Eun G was, just taking a pose and smashing it and then posing again. So he's focusing on flow. He'll do sort of cascading movements where his head will cascade to his torso, cascade to his legs. If you saw just then, his when he turned head first and his torso stayed still, and then he turned his torso. See, head, torso, yeah. Take a look again. So I think he went torso, head, right there. There we go. And then came down again the way that Eun G did. But instead of coming down on his hips, he came down with his knees. And you want to practice that slowly a lot first. You don't want to do anything where you're putting weight on your knees without practicing it a lot first, yeah? You don't want to hurt yourself. So see here, he's when I teach class, I talk a lot about how you want to create as many angles as you can with your body. So when Jaygee landed in this pose down here, when he comes down, notice that his right foot is level, it's flat, and his left foot, he's bent down on his ankle. So when you get to a certain level, you're not just thinking about angles between your shoulders or angles between your arms and hands anymore. He did separate angles from his right foot to his left foot. You also don't want to do that without practicing slowly as well. Don't do anything where you're bending your ankles without practicing. So now we'll go in the second round for Eun G. See, immediately Eun G starts hitting. I think Jaygee didn't hit until maybe 20 seconds into his round, but she's hitting every single hit. See that combo? Watch. Hit, 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 and hit, and hit, and hit. See the power? So that's not just hitting with your arms. Usually when you're taking classes, you'll start with hitting your forearms and maybe your chest and abs. She was hitting her legs and upper body at opposite angles. She was da. Wow. So you can see just then she just did the head torso that Jaygee did as well. She did it on one leg though. So she's gonna come around, head and torso, and then this. So she's taking a completely different tactic to Jaygee, where she's hitting every beat. She's slam, 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 slam. She's also not someone who tends to pose and hit. She hits through her movements. So hit, 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 hit. Wow, see that stop on the ankle. She spins around, spin, stop, dropped on her ankle twice. She bounced back up and came down on the ankle again. Awesome. So we can see Jaygee's hitting more already here. Landed on. Okay. So he kind of did a similar move to Eun G, where she went da 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 da, but he did it just with his legs, and he was coming down to land on his knees. Da 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 da, landing and straight back up. You have to have crazy leg strength to come up off your knees like that. He basically just uses calves to lift his whole body. So he's doing Scarecrow again here. Scarecrow combined with waving. Now Toy Man. Toy Man are these movements here where your arms at right angles perpendicular to your body. Head isolation. That's called a polyrhythm. The way his legs were going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and his head was going 1, 2, 3, 4. It's called a polyrhythm. That's something you'll want to practice slowly at home because it takes a long time to get. Awesome, I think that was the last round. This was the finals of this competition, by the way. So again, that's Jaygee on the right, Jaygee if you want to YouTube him, and Eun G on the left, EUNG, space G. Awesome, I'll see you guys in the next video.